Good morning to you, our listeners today. Um, you're most welcome to our Zoom webinar of the day today. I am Tensile Edgar Michael, the social media admin at Faces Up Uganda, and I welcome you to this great discussion. Thank you all for joining us. Hi Kabeli, hi Dr. Kabanda, hi Cyprian. We should be starting the next 5 minutes from now. Let's give it a few minutes as I also get better positioning for my network connection. It is a bit spotty, right? Nice to see you all. Let's begin at 8 past 11. Thank you very much. And thank you for your patience.
Thank you too.
Good morning to you once again. It is 11 minutes past 8, as I had asked for a small extension of 5 minutes. The 5 minutes have finally elapsed, and here we are now, ready to go for our meeting. Good morning to you all. For those who weren't here before, you can see a few other members are joining in. This is our second meeting or second social media engagement of 3. It's a 3-part series. We had the first one on last Friday that was moderated by Reverend Nathan Mogalu and was looking at, it was looking at the question of, is Uganda failing at alcohol control? Now today's theme is, it's measuring around responsibility. When you look at the battle against alcohol-related harm in Uganda, who is solely responsible, who's responsible for rectifying this whole mess we are in as a country and mitigating alcohol harm? And the last part of the series will be next Friday, hopefully around the same time. But for today's engagement, we have 3 guest speakers. One shall be Samantha Kkungu from the United Nations Association of Uganda. Then we shall have Dr. Kabanda Enock, mental health focal person at the Uganda Police. And then we shall also have Xavier Goobi, Mr. Xavier Goobi, a therapist with aftercare. Maybe to kick it off properly, I would ask my guest speakers who have managed to log in right now. I think that will be Dr. Kabanda, if I'm not mistaken. Should be here. He should be still here. If you can unmute and introduce himself very well, I appreciate that. As well as Mr. Xavier Goobi. We're yet to see Miss Samantha, the space. Hopefully she's logging in as we speak. All right, thank you.
So I don't know whether it's my network or yours. I can't seem to get you clearly.
I'm not so very sure, but I can hear you very well now. Can you hear me?
Mr. Edgar, you are on and off.
Am I audible now?
Mr. Edgar, you are on and off.
I'm on and off? Oh, pardon.
Yes.
Sorry, rather. Am I audible now?
Yes, now I can get you.
Oh, very well. Okay. Is that you, Dr. Kabanda, that I've been speaking with?
This is Francis.
Oh, yes, Mr. Francis. Please introduce yourself so that we can carry on.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Edgar. I'm extremely honored to be hosted here. My name is Francis Xavier. And I'm so happy to be hosted by you, Edgar. I'm really happy with the service you're doing for our nation. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome, Mr. Francis. And thank you too for the work you're doing. Looking after our fellow Ugandans. It's no small work. We give them service. Is Doctor still with us? Dr. Kabanda is still with us now?
I'm with you.
Yes.
Yes. I want to say good morning to the team. Um, this is Dr. Kabanda Enock, a mental health focal person for Uganda Police, and I'm glad to be part of this. Thank
You're
you.
welcome, Dr. Kabanda.
Right. Nice to hear from you, Dr. Kabanda. I want to begin actually this discussion asking Dr. Kabanda about two questions, but I want to start with this particular one. Uganda as a country, every single month or year, we get to have new trends of our people consuming alcohol. And I say our people, I'm looking at from the very young people, the teenagers, all the way to the old ones. Our people are getting more creative in consuming alcohol, manufacturing it, selling it, transporting it. They're doing everything possible to make sure this product reaches its destination. Now you as Dr. Kabanda in the police force, what are the latest trends you have noted of late when it comes to alcohol-related harm in general? When I say alcohol-related harm, you're looking at GBV of all its natures, the one that is technology facilitated, the physical one, the financial, everything. What are the latest trends you are noticing as the police force when it comes to alcohol-related harm in general?
Yeah. Thank you so much. One, I think in the last meeting we saw that nowadays we even have sweets which have alcohol in them. We actually also use powder which has alcohol in them. You see somebody carrying something like a tin of milk, yet it's alcohol. The only thing you realize is somebody's eyes are red and this person is acting calm. And all these are aimed at making sure that alcohol is passed down to the young people, such that the parent is not in position, a parent who does not follow up the children or the youth, they can miss out this because as a parent, you'll be looking out for a bottle or a small tin for alcohol, given that the circuits are away. But now we have alcohol that is powdered. So you just be there seated in the sitting room with your son, and he's busy drinking without you knowing. All of a sudden, you see him move and he's staggered. So these people are getting innovative out there. And one thing is trend of the way we see that alcohol has become a problem. One is we all know what happened in the 2019. We had a pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, which has affected us a lot as police. One, the control, even the small controls that we had on the road of breathalyzers, Kaunyam so-called, had to stop because of the public health issues that were surrounding that program. So now we even have no controls on the road. So what has happened? The parents are drinking up to morning, not caring about whether police is on the road or not. In the end, they leave these children at home alone. The children also know that the parents are not coming. The parents who are coming are drunk. They get involved in accidents. So you see that statistically, in our annual crime reports from 2024 to now, the total crimes have increased. In that, you will see that there has been like a 28% for theft. Why are children stealing? The people who are involved in theft, if you have seen those clips which are going around social media, these are youth. These are children who are between 19 to 25, who are involved in, they go to the gyms, they train themselves, then you are walking on the street and they will hit you. What gives them courage? Alcohol. Because without alcohol, they cannot do it. They cannot get that courage to act on this crime. The road traffic accidents that you've seen, all of them, almost all road traffic accidents, one, either the person who's being knocked or the person causing the accident is actually intoxicated with alcohol. And these are things that we are finding out. The only challenge we have as police, as we shall see ahead, and I wanted to bring this earlier, that of course, all we could have tested everybody, maybe taken off blood samples for everyone who has been in an accident to see whether they have been, whether they are intoxicated. But of course, it's a challenge, logistically speaking, and financially. It has a very big budgetary implication on the force. So we are not positioned to test everyone with blood samples, but at least we do with the breathalyzers for those who can access it. You will see that SGBV cases were 14,425. And of those domestically, that is at home, that is 14,000. Within the home, that is in sexual gender-based violence. What am I talking about? Home. A drunk man beating up the wife. A drunk wife and this is still because of alcohol. People drink and they get so drunk that they will start fighting in the homes. The reason why women are beating up husbands at home is because it all comes back to alcohol that is contributing to all these crimes that are high within the country. Yes, and hello?
Yes, Dr. Kabanda. Are you still with us?
Yes, I'm with you.
Oh. Were you still making your submission?
No, that was my submission regarding the statistics. Why the crime rate is high, giving you some of the statistics, and telling you how it is alcohol is contributing to crime. Let me tell you, these children, all the youth that you see that are committing crime, it's because they are not being guided by the parents. The parents are not home to teach them on the do's and the don'ts. I know all of you who are here fighting this battle. There's a reason why you're fighting this battle. It's because of your moral background. There is a morality part of it that you want that this society should have. And you got this moral background because of the parenting that your parents brought you up. You know, they came up teaching you this is right, this is wrong. And the only way they did that is because of their presence. They were around. But most of the parents today, if they are not drunkards, they leave very early in the morning at 6 and come back at midnight. Who is bringing up these children at home? No one. The children are stressed. In the end, they resort to what? To bad peers. The bad peers introduce them to this illicit alcohol that we have seen, the sweets, the what, and in the end, they get involved in crime. And this is what is contributing also to high crime rates. Are we together?
Yes, we are together.
So this is what I want to talk about. The statistics are really high. Every day we get increments. The statistics just keep increasing in the country. The traffic accidents, you've seen what has been happening. Last month was like it was an accident month. Every day you wake up, something is happening. 20 dead, 14 dead. I think this week we had a taxi where 14 people died, all the infants died. But what does that tell you? It's unfortunate that you're not going to go and take samples of these people. But when you go back, you realize that these are people who are intoxicated. One of those days I was driving and in the taxi, people are full. They are going for Bari. And a driver threw a can, an alcohol can, and it hit my car. So I went around and stopped them. And these people they were all drunk. And it was so funny when I stopped them. I got a very big call from headquarters saying, "Ah, now, doctor, why don't you leave these people to go and Bari?" I'm like, "Afande, these people are not going to make it to Bari. Let me hold them at the station, and they recover. At least they will go back home when they are okay." But how many people? How many of those taxis are on the road causing accidents? Bus drivers. We can't know these days. The alcohol even doesn't smell one of these days. It is too purified. Some of you take alcohol, you know this. The alcohol people take this, that you can't smell it on somebody unless you do a test. So it is really contributing to the high crime that we are having in this country. Yes, Edgar.
Yes, doctor. Hey, you've talked about the taxi crashes, and then I remembered the link between that and drunk driving. Aye. And that happens a lot in Uganda. A lot. Oh, we're simply fortunate. For those of us who use public transport, we're simply fortunate to arrive wherever we are going alive and intact as we left our homes. Otherwise, it's a huge problem. Like I've even said, testing for all drivers is very financially steep for the country, starting with the police force. But not all hope is lost. We will get there. Doctor, I want to put my second question to you. As we, the people you've just addressed now, with the civilian population and the people, and those of us who are not in law enforcement, how best can we support you in doing the work you do, to kind of push on the effects of alcohol-related harm in our society? The reason why I ask this question is in 2023 and 2024, as UAPA Secretariat, we ran a particular social media series where we were speaking with representatives of various regions in Uganda, leadership, political leadership. And we happened to involve the police force members who are regional spokespersons. Same space. We spoke to the regional spokesperson that was of Western Uganda, and he told us something very eye-opening. He told us the police force is literally invited for every single incident to do with child and family protection. That is at family level. Every single person who has a problem or an incident, they have to call the police to help them. And he told us sometimes they get overwhelmed, or many times they get overwhelmed. I don't want to support you. So this is why I put this question to you, Doctor. How best can we support you? We who are on this other side, how best can we support you, people in the force? Because we need you to do this work for us.
Yes. If I'm to get this clear, Edgar.
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, if I'm to get clear, you're asking how you people can support us as police. One, like you mentioned clearly, police, the truth of the matter is, by our mandate, we are involved in every wrangle you have. Even that one of your family with your father, we are supposed to be part of it, to mitigate, to make sure that it is a safe disagreement that you are having. It is okay to disagree, but we should disagree safely. Yes. So
We should disagree without harming one another.
Exactly. So in the end, you'll find out that police is in everybody's sitting room, get up to the bedroom. And sometimes you know that the force, our strength is known. I think the last we checked was 58,000. And when you check that vis-a-vis the
national
population that we are
population.
serving, you will see that the demand is too much.
Too much.
It is too much. That means even police officers ourselves, we are overwhelmed with the work.
You're even more stressed than us.
Is stress, and that's why I'm not saying that we police we are. You find them that also they are using alcohol, you know, because of the stressful environments that we put them in. We tell them to work 24/7. It becomes a challenge. But as we have also tried to put one, we started to help ourselves before we help you. So as police, like 6 times, we have already come up with a draft. This is what we are doing as police to control the use of alcohol. We know that people are taking alcohol. We are not here to stop people from taking alcohol. We are actually even going to create alcohol centers for our force, such that it is okay for an officer to go and drink within this time and this time. We have timelines we have put up. We have rules we have put up regarding drinking while on the job. Now, this is where we want you. We want you, plus the government, to support us. Just like you realize that we are there to work and sort out every issue. To prevent the SGBV cases in the house, to reduce all the traffic accidents. How do we do this? It's not police. But if we get a policy, or if we get that Alcohol Control Act, if it comes out in that a police officer can use that to try to see to it that the country has a regulated control of alcohol, it will help us also to fight, to reduce also the burden on us. Because a man who would have started drinking from morning up evening and finish all the money will not. He will start from 5 maybe to midnight and go home when he still can and not have issues with the wife. At least during the day when he's awake and not drinking, he should be positioned to take the wife's food. The woman will not abuse it. The PDM money that is being sent out by the government to these municipalities cannot be utilized when people are drinking the money. But if we know that there is a control time where people are not drinking, we shall also see that the community will be very productive during this time when it's not drinking, and therefore make use of this money that the government is actually put across. Therefore, in the end, reducing crime. Because if people are in the garden digging, I don't think they will be involved in crime. But if people are drinking from morning, these are the youth you're going to find. For alcohol on the road. Then it will help us as police officers, given within the country. That is one of the things that I want. 2, we carry out operations within the country. You know these operations. We would like to carry out these operations, the so-called Kaunyemu operations, every day. I believe if we carried out these operations every day for at least a month or two, Ugandans would actually get to know that, you know what, I know the moment I drink, I'm not going to drive, because I am very certain that even if I do what, I'm going to find police on the road and they are going to arrest me and I'm going to be fine. So if it's done today, persistent operations, and we police, we do, yes, we want to, we have the mandate to carry out that, but we do not have the resources to carry out. So we often carry out an operation maybe once a quarter or a month on a monthly basis, and people find a way of actually noticing this. I have been on I've seen some people even have groups where they keep reporting hotspots that people in Nigeria don't go. So everybody enroutes through another road. This is frustrating us because now it becomes a game of cat and mouse. But if we have support in which we are supported to carry out these regular operations, actually we stop drinking and driving. The operations are very expensive. We need to acquire the breathalyzers, the machines. Some of you have gone to these new stations and you find they don't even have a machine. You arrest somebody, then you have to send someone on a border to go and bring a breathalyzer, and they bring it. We have the disposable blow cans. They are very expensive because you also know you use it once, you can't use it twice. You get it, every person needs their own. So we need this to be supported in that. Then police cannot work. We find a lot of resistance if we start operations and the community is not aware. We are not there to witness the community. We don't want to arrest people. Therefore, we need steady awareness campaigns about alcohol use. I know it sounds like an obvious thing, but it's obvious to you because you go to school, you learn this, you have engaged in yourself in this. But a person from Itesoland who was born and the first thing they gave them was a drop of alcohol in the mouth. This is a person who sees his father ride a motorcycle, a bicycle every day coming home drunk, and they have done that for the last 40, 60 years. Then tomorrow you arrest them that they are driving. We need to create awareness right from the communities down from the villages. We need to create awareness about alcohol use and its harm and how it affects the development of the country. So if we don't do that, then police, we have already failed. We need TV programs to talk about this. We need plays in schools, drama schools. We have these youth clubs. Are we together?
Yes, we are together, Doctor.
Hello?
Hello? Hello, Doctor. Are you still with us?
Yes, please.
Oh, I thought we had lost you.
No, I'm still here.
Wow.
we have quite a lot to do with the force. Hi. And I've actually just realized now in the second part of your last submission, this is a struggle that is going to involve everybody. I thought it was limited to a particular section of us civilians, but we will need everyone, every single person, even those in government, your bosses, everybody will be needed here. Because the issues you're talking about require proper preparation, resources at all levels and regions in the country, and persistence, like you've said. It's no good having a Kawunyemu operation in Katwe, there at the roundabout, say this weekend, then the next operation in that same place will be next year. No, we need consistency. But consistency requires preparation and resources. It is something to really think about, and we're going to work on that. We commit ourselves to it. I can see our guest speakers arrived. Samantha Kkungu and Mr. Xavier Francis is still here. I have this particular question that is majorly aimed at parents, but can be responded to by anybody really. Particularly, I would want to hear the first response from Mr. Francis for this question. The question is, what are parents doing, ignoring and not doing about the harm caused by alcohol when it comes to their children? I will read it one more time. What are the parents doing, ignoring and not doing about the harm caused by alcohol when it comes to their children? Mr. Francis, you have the floor now.
Very obvious. The answer is and the harm caused by alcohol is we are ignorant of what really happens. I've heard even the doctor, thank you so much for your sharing, but something still is missing. Actually, alcohol is not a problem, and even addiction itself is not a problem. It's a solution. People are using these substances like alcohol and other substances that are using to get drunk just because they find it a solution to their problems. So what I think now parents need to know is to know the dangers or the harms that alcohol can cause. And this can be done actually from the schools. I mean, because parents were also once children and they didn't get this training. They didn't learn the harms or the dangers of alcohol or even other substances that people use. So this is where now I would actually request all the concerned parties, and I thank you, Edgar and Edward, for this UAP program because it's really creating awareness. And I've known of other organizations like there is Adam, Alcohol Drug Abuse Management kind of. Then there is another, even we have rehabilitation centers, and even there is what we call Al-Non, that is alcoholics and relatives and friends. These organizations have come up to help. And I think this is where we need a lot of awareness to create awareness because a lot of ignorance has caused many of us, many children. Now, when you go to schools, you can see what is happening here. The office has just been mentioning here. Doctor has just mentioned it, that the alcohol we are having now, even it cannot smell, it can be hidden in powder form, in any form, and we are ignorant of all these, all these parts. And it's kept. By the way, what we need to know, another thing that we need to know about, I think, Mr. Edward and Mr. Edgar, this is what you need to know. That this is also business. People are using it as a business, and they are creating. And you know, with our kind of economy, which is a capitalist economy, it's maximization of profit. So they will not, I mean, kind of favor parents to know the reality, to know the truth, and this has kept the parents in ignorance. Hence, letting our children get spoiled with using drugs and substances that cause them to get addicted. Thank you so much, Edward.
All right, Mr. Francis, you've shared your submission very well. Speaking of rehabilitation centers, as UAPA, we have a number of our members who have these facilities with them who to rehabilitate and bring back our people to their healthier ways of life. We have institutions like Hope and Beyond, Africa Retreat Centers. Africa Retreat Centers is in Mbarara and Kampala. Hope and Beyond is in Kampala and PG. And we have homes for recovery based in Kampala as well. And a number of other institutions scattered all over Jinja, Gulu, Kabale. We have very many of them. In case any one of us ever needs support, you can always reach out to us. We contact our members wherever you are. We see a way of connecting you to them for assistance. Nobody should ever suffer alone because of alcohol. It's related harm. We're always here to help and ready.
Thank you.
I hope I'm still audible. It is raining quite heavily this side.
Oh, yeah.
I hope I'm still audible enough. Miss Samantha Kkungu, are you available in the space and ready to talk? Because I have a question for you here.
Yes, please. I apologize for that. I'm available.
Oh, all right. The question is, would you fully support a law aimed at controlling activities related to alcohol in Uganda? When I say a law aimed at controlling activities, I'm not just looking at the consumption, the direct drinking of alcohol. No, there is the drinking, distribution, packaging, selling, advertising, all that. Would you support a law aimed at controlling activities related to alcohol in Uganda? Mr. Francis Xavier has already said we need that law, but you as Samantha, would you fancy having such a law? You have the floor now.
That question, I would fully support. Yes. Well, first of all, it should be well designed, like a well-designed regulation. Because I think one of the issues that we are facing, or one of the consequences of poor alcohol consumption we are facing today, is lack of those clear regulations. And it's also because this alcohol is, first of all, very accessible, but also there is nothing that regulates that consumption, especially for the young people, that you can look for a bottle at 2 a.m. and then drink and drive. And from a young person's perspective, we need legislation that addresses the environments that make alcohol, first of all, easily accessible to young people, but also regulates marketing and promotion. And also, I think, protecting of communities and also strengthening of accountability. Another thing I think I would also want to emphasize is the need for because we can draft them, but if they're not implemented, well implemented, we might just have things on paper as some of the other regulations that we have. So because we sometimes have we've seen situations where policies exist and the enforcement is weak, and I'm sure there might be some that are already existing. Because on the other hand, I would also want to ask, do we really have the resources and coordination and the public awareness and political commitment to implement this law effectively? Because I remember when last year when we're trying to pass the alcohol control bill in Parliament.
Samantha, are you still with us?
Hello?
Yes, yes, we can hear you now.
Am I being heard now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you now. You had gone off a bit.
Oh, my apologies. Yes, so I was saying we need to understand if we really have those resources, first of all. If not, can we be able to put them in place? And also, do we have the coordination mechanisms with the political commitment? Because it's very important for us to have that commitment for us to properly or well implement the law effectively. And even as I conclude, I would also want the young people, first of all, to be involved in the development and implementation of these policies, because we experience these environments differently. And I thank Mr. Edgar for inviting me to this, Zoom workspace today, because it's a sign that, our voices are important and we have something to contribute to this sector. So as I conclude, a good law should not only, first of all, punish harm after it happens, but it should prevent the conditions that allow that harm to happen in the first place. Thank you very much, Edgar.
You're very welcome. That very last sentence you have given. Yeah, very nice, very eye-opening. We should always look out for the beginnings, what has led us to this whole harm. Ensure it doesn't really happen again. Yes, very, 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 very insightful. It has a lot to think about as we re-energize and reconvene to see that we have another alcohol law in this country brought to, rather a bill or an act brought to the parliament. The last time we had put our heads together as civil society, government, and other actors, that was August 2023. We never made it past the second reading at Parliament. They kicked out our work and said you're missing this, missing that, and this. So we should be back very soon with this new team of legislators that we have now. I have one other question. Dr. Kabanda answered this question partly in his submission when he was talking about the statistics from the crime reports of the police force, for example. Am I still audible enough?
You're on and off, Mr. Edgar.
Oh, am I on now?
Yes.
Sorry about that. The network is very jumpy.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
Yeah. As I was still saying, Dr. Kabanda elaborated on the first part of this question I'm going to ask when you spoke about the statistics from the crime reports of the police force. The question I was asking initially was, do you believe adults, young and the old? When I say the young adults, you're looking at those transitioning into the 30s, from the 20s to the 30s, and now beyond. Old is 40 and beyond. Do we believe they have not done enough in as far as mentoring the younger ones in the right direction is concerned? When I say mentoring, are they giving their younger ones a much better example to look at when it comes to alcohol in our society? Do you really believe we need proper mentoring and better mentoring in this country? I don't know who would like to respond to that, because I don't see.
It's okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Edgar.
All right.
This is Francis.
Yes, Francis.
Then nurture is 95%, so you can imagine. alcohol specifically because I'm a former addict. I was once an addict, and I thank God that I recovered. And to tell you, Edgar, my information was in a seminar. I've seen some of my hobbies here, like Cyprian and Charles Sewade. These are my hobbies in the seminar. In the seminar, I think our mentorship is really very good. And
very nice, very nice.
The formation is really very good. But at least I had to eat, to go beyond the odds. So, and I became alcoholic. I became addicted to alcohol. To tell you the truth, I have a first class master's, degree in philosophy and religious studies. But this did not stop me from drinking. What we need to know, there are three types of drinking. There is what we call social drink. I heard the doctor talking about setting up drinking centers. I think the drinking centers would work for the moment you taste alcohol, you will not stop because the body is going to crave the mind and the body. And you know, the only thing, the only way to keep away an alcoholic from alcohol is to keep away and never to test it. So I don't think it is basically, mentoring or formation or training, because like analogy to, like somebody having an allergy to meat. This is why I say ignorance is also very important. There are people that are ignorant, that even there are people who are allergic to alcohol. And this is what we need to know, that there are people who are really allergic to alcohol. And the moment he takes it, the body reacts in a different way. And unfortunately, unlike other allergies, whereby the body reacts by stopping you from taking it, for this alcohol addiction, the body reacts by craving for more. So this is where we are having a problem. The formation or mentorship is good, but again, knowing these facts, we need to know the facts. That they are social drinkers, somebody you go with and he takes 1, 2, he stops there. Then another one can go and in a bar, he buys one bottle from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. just on one bottle. But for an alcoholic, that cannot happen. So I think these trainings should be given and awareness created. And I cry. It's my prayer that more psychiatrists and more people would come up with associations like UAPA that would help people and know exactly what takes place. I think I've talked so much. Edgar, thank you so much. With that, I'll pass.
You're welcome. If I may share as well a bit of my personal experience. Even I have a background in having consumed alcohol and other drugs for a while of my past life. But in 2014, the 10th day of January, 3 a.m., that is when I fully took on the life of being sober and free from these substances. Most particularly alcohol. Yeah, it was alcohol that I took. Thank you. It was alcohol that I took the most, and I realized when I look back at that time, when I made this decision, I realized it is one of the best decisions I ever made. Because I look at the life now I live and the life I could have lived if I was probably still consuming alcohol at that rate or even more. That is not a life I would want to live, honestly. It doesn't look so bright right now. Back then, when I was still consuming these products, maybe not really. I didn't really care much. I was very young by then. By then, I was still in my 20s. So I didn't really put so much focus onto it. But something happened and I was like, you know what? Me and these substances, no. We need to quit. And that is when I started seeking out people to mentor me, to guide me in the right direction and have me believe can live a better life. And I'm glad that we got there. And I personally want to believe that we can have better mentorship for our young people today. Many of our young people, the things they do, it's not that they don't exactly know the dangers of these things. They actually know, they have clues of these things, but they don't really have so many people to look up to for guidance,
for proper direction and movement in life. You first of all look at your peers and say, but all my peers are using these substances. Why am I trying to change the norm? So you kind of stay there. But if you have a number of people in our society that we can look up to guide us, to show us the way, to give us a tiny glimpse of light onto how life can get better without using the substances, I believe we can get very far. I honestly believe so. Lucky for us in Uganda, we have very many examples across a number of age brackets, all the way to the people in their 70s, 80s, 90s. We have these people. There are people who have not consumed these substances at all. There are those who consumed a bit and quit along the way. And these people can offer guidance because you look at the way they live life and approach life, it's quite different. It's inspirational. It's motivational in a good way. All right. I'm not sure if Miss Samantha is still with us, but if she isn't, we invite some questions as well. For those who have questions, please feel free to ask any of our speakers. Let them respond to any of these. Even I, the moderator, if I can respond to any, I will do so. This is a public service announcement. We, as Uganda Alcohol Policy Alliance, we are preparing the 5th Uganda Alcohol Policy Conference. Not conference and alliance. The alliance is what has raised us together, has put us together today. But then the conference, it is this one meeting we have once every 2 years to talk everything alcohol policy. We don't just limit ourselves to Uganda. We have participants from abroad, Europe, America, all over Africa, East Africa. We converge in Uganda, then we share this knowledge. This year it will be a 2-day conference. Initially, we had communicated that the conference will be at Hotel Africana, but that has now changed. We're going to be at Makerere School of Public Health Auditorium, the side of Wandegea, Eastern Gate. We shall be there on the 25th and the 26th of November. Please come join us if you want to present and share some knowledge. Right now, we are still receiving abstracts throughout this month of August, all the way to 31st. You can send your abstract to the address I'm going to read here, or I'll type it in the chat as well. The address is uapcug.com. I'll put this in the chat as well, so that we all remember where you can send out abstracts. If you want to keep abreast of all developments concerning the conference, please follow us on social media on X, what many people still refer to as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and our website, as well as our blog, and our YouTube and TikTok. We have all this information being published there regularly. I as a social media lead, promise to share this information with you there as well. Yes, I see Dr. Kabanda has his hand raised. Please ask away.
About how you not for one person, but we want that to happen for everyone. You see that the biggest problem we have is the peer pressure. When we are developing policies, we don't develop policies to affect people at that time. But we want that policy in 10 years, if we are to review it, to see the impact.
Then
For
in 10 years'
example,
time.
Yeah, for 10 times, because now you remember the Tobacco Control Act 2015.
Yes.
When you reviewed it 2025, 10 years later,
10 years later.
you don't need to review it because you see the impact it has had.
Yeah,
When
there's
you
a
move
massive
around town,
change,
you
by
don't
the
see
way.
people.
Big
Yeah, you don't
change.
see people
Smoking
everywhere on the street. And it's not that you see every time we are commanding these arrests, but it's because we have that act. Now that's why we need the the Alcohol Act, that this problem that even us as parents we are worried about, the peer pressure. We've been there, we've been youth before, and we know what peer pressure is. Sometimes you think you're the smartest child in school, but all the other people want to make you feel like you're the weird one, and you want to feel normal. And we don't want the youth to make this as normal. That's why we need to push for this policy or the act to come as fast as possible, such that we protect other youth from going through, what most of others have gone through. Like what Mr. Kaveli was talking about. Me, I am here to say yes, let's control the alcohol. I know there is something that he talked about. There are some people who are like they are allergic to alcohol. When they take the first bottle, they just keep taking until until morning. That's why we need the policy, because if we start arresting those people, I don't think it will be upon them to realize that, okay, I'm going to lose all my money to the police because every 2 days I'm being arrested. It will be upon them to say, you know what, I am giving up alcohol because I've realized it's going to bring me a lot of issues, because we want to put in other clauses. If they grab you like twice or thrice when you're driving, a license should be cancelled and things like that. So I think we are already too late with this bill. We need to find a way of pushing for it. I'm glad that we are having other people coming up to come and we share in November. But going forward, I think we need to find ways of pushing for this to be passed as fast as possible for the country. This is the best thing for the country. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor. I don't know if we have any other comments at the moment or questions.
Edgar, thank you so much. Let me pass also along my last, I think it would be an announcement. We have an association that is helping free of charge. It's called AA, basically for alcoholics. And we always...
Yes, please go on.
For details, you can as well. Let me leave, Edgar, I beg to leave my number alone so that in case somebody wants to attend these meetings, because we remain anonymous, I'm going to pass my number. It is 07 7 3 87 56 25 773 yes 875 625 yes. Francis Xavier Goobi. Yeah. For details for meetings, and even we are having another convention, the East African Convention, which is going to be organized. It is also in November from 13th to 15th.
Okay. November is very packed, I see.
It is going to be in Jinja.
Okay.
So also for details, let them call on that number. And we have a website, by the way. It is called AA-Uganda.org. So for details, even for the meetings in Kampala and even within Uganda, you can check on those websites. Free help, no charge. It's completely free, because we received the free of charge, and free of charge we gave.
Amen to that.
Otherwise, thank you so much, Edgar, for the efforts you are doing. Thank you, Dr. Kabanda. I'm really happy that you are also having a part that you're praying. And thanks, Samantha. Thanks, everybody.
You're most welcome. Thank you too for the work you do. I want to supplement on that. Many people that are not in our field of work, of service delivery and getting people healthier, never really understand the amount of work we do and what it takes to do the work we do, until many times they they bring a patient to us to help them out, get them better and all. So that's when they get to see this work that we all put together. Whether you're in research, advocacy, treatment, rehabilitation, it is all one big group of people that we do this work with. It's very important work that you do, and I can't thank you enough, Mr. Francis, and all your other colleagues everywhere.
I'm humbled.
Yes. Do we have any more feedback? Miss Samantha, do you have your last words to give us? Oh, but before you do, Maggie, is that you on the call? I see you have your hand raised. Please make your submission as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Eddie. And I'm very grateful for our speakers today. Dr. Kabanda, Samantha, my friend, after so long a time.
Thank you,
I was
Maggie.
very happy to hear Samantha saying that the young people should be involved in the formulation of these policies. I stand to be guided. How best can we involve more youth? Because I know they have been involved, even in the lobbying and the advocacy, they have been involved, but how do we amplify the voice of the young people? Because now when I go to AA and I ask for my friends to come and give stories, they are saying it's anonymous.
And
So
which is
at
great, so it has
times,
to be anonymous.
I get to be disturbed there. It's just a few people who can come out, like my friend, and they can, like Eddie, who can ably share out publicly their stories. But when you lobby, because we need a critical voice if we are to create impact, if we are to have a youth impactful voice, we have to raise a critical mass of the young populace for us to be impactful. So I stand to be guided there. For the law, we really need the law. It's absurd. This week, I saw that clip of His Excellency Kagame sending away almost 50 brands of illicit, those small alcohol.
Small tiny
And
bottles.
Uganda had about 10 brands. Other brands are from other countries, but altogether there are more than 50 brands. So those are 50 companies that are intoxicating people and rendering them useless and unproductive. So someone actually said, Uganda manufactures laws and Rwanda implements, and they are very successful. And for us, we are still lingering here around with a problem, with very high skyrocketing statistics of young people getting intoxicated and off the lane. And my appeal to the young people, Samantha and the friends, if at all you've not touched the bottle, alcohol, please don't touch. For those who have touched, yes, we still have measures to take care of you. One of them is AA. Then we also have the treatment members who are providing treatment facilities. And we are losing a lot of people every other day. However, it would be good that by the time Uganda realizes the law, such that the law finds you there. I consider now this guy who died in a bar in Kololo. By the time we make the bar, I said, if at all we had a law that was banning, saying bars should maybe she would have been alive at this time. And lastly, I would like to celebrate people who have lived a clean life, clean alcohol. Because it's not easy. It's not easy, especially those ones who are already journeying the substance use disorders journey. So we applaud the young people who have kept themselves clean, who have lived their lives free from alcohol use. We applaud you. Dr. Kabanda, we need to push further. We applaud the Uganda Police Force. Last time when we engaged the legislators, we got a submission from Uganda Police. I know the industry was there to quash it and squash it and whatever they did, but at least your voice came out strongly for regulation. And we are calling upon you to prepare, because another phase has already kick-started. We have to engage the new legislators to look into this comprehensive law. As you may be aware, the industry is pushing for only the law to regulate the illicit alcohol. But for us, we are saying we need a comprehensive law that is regulating all forms of alcohol in the country. So I appreciate you for this space. Thank you so much, and we are very proud of you. With that, I pass Eddie. Thank you.
You're most welcome, Maggie. For those who don't know, the previous speaker, that is our national coordinator at Uganda Alcohol Policy Alliance, she makes sure this whole machine called UAPA is moving very smoothly, coordinating all our activities and all our work across the country. Yes, we had Samantha having a hand raised. Please, Samantha, you have the floor now. Please share.
Thank you very much, Eddie, and also Maggie, for that wonderful submission. In fact, this is very, very warm. I just wish I was with the team of my other fellow young people to listen to you speak. Very, very inspirational. But in regard to how the young people can be involved, I thank the growing age of technology, that some people, you're able to share your testimony or you're able to communicate without necessarily having to disclose your identity, which most young people struggle with, because you're looking at a future ahead and most of them fear to be judged by their past. So you find that they would rather, if there are mechanisms maybe that are put in place, let's say by UAPA or any other organization that can be able to capture these stories without necessarily having to disclose these young people's identities, I'm sure would capture a lot. And if these testimonies can be shared as online as much as we can, then I guess we can have a larger audience, because I remember one of the speakers was highlighting that even from all the generations, you've watched your dad drink, you've watched your relatives, and you may not necessarily know the harm, using it as a solution to just to temporarily forget, because most young people, it's an issue of, oh, okay, it's maybe vibe. If it's not vibe, it is an issue you're trying to forget, maybe a pain you're trying to heal from. And I think that's what leads most of them into drinking. But many of them honestly are not aware of the dangers that come with the constant consumption. And most of them think that even if you take the small and they are struggling with issues of, brain damage or kidney failure, such things. So my recommendation would be creating a mechanism that can enable the young people share their messages anonymously. And for those that would be willing to share openly, that is also okay. Because we have institutions now, for example, the universities, the hostels, how of young people that can continuously advocate and talk about provide awareness on the harm caused by excessive alcohol consumption. Yes, and I'm glad to share this space with fellow distinguished speakers. It's a pleasure. And thank you very much. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, Samantha, so much for your final submission. Yes, and with that, we end our space for today. I want to re-echo the very first announcement I made. This particular discussion you have had today is part of a 3-part series. Part 1 was last Friday, last week. Today is the second part. Then the third part is going to be next Friday. We hope to have you with us as well on that same discussion. We hope to hear from you. There is a lot to share. Honestly, there is a lot to share from our community.
Dr. Alfred missed the time. He didn't know the meeting was at 9.
Sorry about that. As I was saying, we have a lot to share from our respective communities, work, homes, for those still in school as well. Yes, we have a lot to share. So we hope to see you next Friday and hear from you. We thank you very much. Please remember, we have the conference. We would love you to attend either as a participant, as an educator, or even both. Please, we would love to hear from you as well and see you in November. We also hope to see you at the event Mr. Francis has shared about. That one is before UAPA's conference as well. Yes, we hope to see you then. And even before, let's keep engaging, let's keep talking. For those of us who enjoy social media so much, please keep utilizing that platform. It is important for us as well. Thank you all and see you next Friday.
Thank you too.
Yeah.
See you, friends. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you, Maggie, for hosting me, for inviting me. I'm grateful.
Okay. All right, Francis.
Okay, nice weekend.